Okay, what about in the AFC?
Well, I think you have to go chalk. You have to go Steelers and Pats.
I know, but out of those, who do you think wins that game
think
at Pittsburgh?
At Pittsburgh, I have to pick the Steelers, especially coming off this dud performance that the Pats showed last
All right, so
night.
let me ask you this.
On a short week.
Let me ask you this. So the Steelers host the Pats next week.
Right.
For home field.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you think that the Steelers win that game?
I think they do.
And you think they beat the New England Patriots again in the playoffs?
Depends on the venue.
Well, if
they'll be hosting
if they win that
again,
game, I mean, unless they lose a game down the stretch,
it's hard to pick.
They're probably going to host.
It's hard to pick against the Pats in the playoffs.
All right, so now you're flipping.
I'm saying I think they would lose this upcoming matchup,
and then they beat
but I think
Pittsburgh
somehow they're
at
able
Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Valdez,
If I had to guess,
Valdez, talk to me. Who do you like? Who's your? I know you want the Ravens to get there, but they have no shot. So who do you think gets to the Super Bowl based on what you know now?
I think you're wrong. I think the AFC is just a grab bag. I honestly think that any of the teams, if you make the playoffs in the AFC, you have a legit shot
of making
the Super Bowl.
Hold on a second. There's no way that Jacksonville can go into New England or Pittsburgh and win. No way. There's no way Tennessee can go in.
What the Nubs Ravens almost put off an upset in Pittsburgh on Sunday night.
Okay, but
the Patriots just lost to a crappy Dolphins team.
They didn't win the game. They didn't win the game. And you know, when the Patriots get Gronk back, it's a whole different story.
And who knows when Shazier's coming back? I mean, that defense is awful without him.
Well, Shazier probably not. He's not going to play.
He might not
play again ever. I'm not counting on him to play this year. But there's no way Blake Bortles is going on the road and winning in those cities.
He doesn't have to necessarily.
Yeah, the defense can win it.
It's the best defense in the NFL.
You guys are high. You really think that Jacksonville can go into New England and win?
Well, didn't they do that earlier this year?
Are you crazy?
The Jacksonville
they drummed
them. That's
a
regular. First of all, Pittsburgh, although I don't think they could beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. But this is a whole different animal. There's no way Blake Bortles is beating those teams on the road.
That was week 5, but the Jags throttled Pittsburgh.
And you know what? And there's no way Joe Flacco's doing it either. And there's no way Marcus Mariota's doing it. And there's no way
Pittsburgh?
Alex Smith might have a shot.
What, at New England?
Either city.
Joe did it when he went on the Super Bowl run.
Oh, my God. Is that the same quarterback that I'm seeing in 2017? Come on, use your head.
Why are you blind? Why are you thinking the Patriots are unbeatable? They were poop last night. They lost to the Dolphins.
All right, so hold on. So they won 8 straight before that game.
Sans Gronk.
They won 8 straight before that.
All right.
Are you forgetting about
Bale 2 Super Bowls that they played in?
They didn't care about that game last night.
And everybody thinks they're unbeatable. They're not unbeatable.
I didn't say they're unbeatable.
Hey, don't get
I'm just telling you, the one team that can beat them is Pittsburgh. There's no way Jacksonville's going into New England and winning.
Trav, that's just misplaced anger because your Seahawks went on the road, lost to the Jags. I can see right through you.
These guys are high.
Well, then why can Pittsburgh beat them? Pittsburgh's nothing special.
Because Pittsburgh has a Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame receiver, and a Hall of Fame running back.
Okay, didn't you spend half the season trashing Pittsburgh and say how terrible they were?
Well, no.
Now you just flip-flop because they scored a couple touchdowns.
Because they played well the last 2 months.
Well,
their defense played really well.
I was trashing them because Roethlisberger played horrible in the first, 3 weeks.
Right.
So he can have a bad game.
They're 11-2. You're acting like they're a middling type team.
Every person, including Jason, said they're the worst 9-2 team in the league.
I didn't say they're the worst 9-2 team in the league.
Everyone pummeled them. Because
like
last
I said,
2 weeks they've been silly.
They got off to a rough start, but they've turned it around. That's what I said. And I'm just telling you, there's no way Blake Bortles is going to win a huge game on the road in the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Blake Bortles? He's terrible. All right, NFC. What about NFC matchups?
You're such a huge Jags fan.
You are. You're a huge Jags fan. But you're insane if you think he's going to go on the road and win. You are insane.
I think you're overvaluing.
You and I are going to put a lot of money on that matchup.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, we're going to put a lot of money on that matchup.
I'm going to be a spectator.
If it happens.
I think it would be a cool story if the Packers made the playoffs.
Yeah.
With Rodgers coming back, but I think the team to beat is the Vikings.
You like the Vikings?
I think the Vikings are the team to beat in the NFC.
So the Vikings can go into Philly and win.
They might not have to.
Well, I'm just saying.
Philly gets knocked out.
No, you're right. They may not have to. That would probably
I think the door's wide open for the Vikings at this point with the Wentz injury.
Drabby, who you like in the NFC?
Minnesota as well.
Do you?
And Saints.
I like the Saints.
Rams are fine, but they're not prime for the Super Bowl. All the good teams they've lost to.
Now I don't know if the Saints go on the road like a cold weather situation and win, but if they can host the game, if a couple of those teams get knocked off.
And we're sleeping on the Panthers.
I really like it.
Everybody hates them. They're boring. Terrible uniforms. Everybody hates Cam Newton.
I sleep
no one
on
likes
them.
Cam.
I know, but we're sleeping on him.
They're ripe to be knocked out in the first round.
No one likes Cam. You're
They
right.
could also, buddy.
I guess.
Yeah, but he's just, man, he's getting it done this year because he's making some plays with his legs, but, man, he's been so bad passing the ball. He's been bad passing the ball. I don't know what happens. But obviously the game next week between New England and Pittsburgh is huge. Just a monster. Monster, Cakesy.